nasty. Do I have fun doing it? Yes.
Well, as a June main, there's only one person I hate, and that's my husband, Kazuya. I'm toxic. I can't save him. But we're going to get into a match right now with a Kazuya against our own 9 Moons Ham playing as the Steve. Show us how it goes.
I mean, not gonna lie, knowing Kazuya and how many sneakers he collects, there's no saving him. He's probably spent $15,000 on Dior already, and I will say, banking in already. Hamalak going in for that side step too, and with the running fist already. Jabs at least do a little bit of chip damage to Skothy here.
Absolutely love it, and just love the round start, starting off with a big swing. It may have been step, but it sent a message.
Now, one thing about Hamalak, right? Keep out game, absolutely insane. But when it comes to that side step game, can really disorient, and especially with these grabs already taking 1 round off of Skothy headed into the second.
Let's see how he's good. Oh, goes for the full run. Good block, but that wasn't launched. And the armor, good recovery.
Leg, down one on that one, but now trying to look for an opening on the jabs, but should be a good crush coming a little inward, able to whiff on that. Skothy caught out, and Hamalak taking full advantage, goes for the orbital and the launch on that one all the way over to the wall, but that springboard kip up is going to be able to put in a little bit of work to save Skothy. But as I say that, or two to really pack a punch, and now we have a little bit of a hot lava type situation to worry about.
Ooh, Lionheart, step back, and you know what to do. Here's the combo. The floor is lava, the key charge. Oh, not allowing it. Good twin pistons to run it back. I like seeing Skothy using a lot of the unusual moves with Kazuya. That's what you'd love to see. Some people going outside of the box and not just playing keep out electrics.
Man, I will say, got a little funky with it when it came to the key charge, and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, don't get too cocky with it now, Ham. It's not very halal, Ham. But now Skothy, really with the advantage, and even trying to keep out these jabs. It's damage, but that springboard might have done Ham a little more damage than need be. Ducks on the low, and now going for a lot of mid-pressure. Wastes the heat, though, and Skothy has it fully active.
I have to say, Skothy's moves are keeping the beat off and using the low heat smash to close it out. Hamalak comfortable in the peekaboo and then suddenly couldn't swing in.
And I will say, double form looking absolutely ridiculous with the fit, right? I don't even know whether or not to call this drip coming in from Skothy, but this has to be either a fit from Fairly Odd Parents or wherever. And as I say that, I mean, you go twice as high, especially with those wings, and Hamalak making short measure of it too off these launches.
Ooh. Hey, listen, King Ray has showed me a lot of key charge setups, especially ending combos. Great reaction and a great rage art. But I'm seeing Ham throw out the key charge and not even going for anything after it, just showing some dominance.
I mean, that's the thing. You set yourself at like a little certain amount of health and think, okay, 1 key charge or 2 might not be that bad. And if Ham is able to put this away with 1 up on the set, would really work out. Just a quick jab and gotta assert your dominance with the walk up.
I mean, that's a great way to warm up in a tournament, start feeling yourself and going for the mix up, and then just realizing just a few down forward ones is all you need.
Exactly all you need. Not too bad, not that much amount of pressure. I will say, though, Skothy a couple of times, really went for those 50-50 mix-ups, put Ham through the ringer, just a slight amount of bit before recovery. But listen, if it works, it works. You see, I'm not saying I need to be seeing a little more hell sweeps. That's just me coming from someone who has only tried Kazuya once, but it would be nice to see.
And hey, you are still mixing people up with the hell sweep on Wake Up. I can feel it.
Not really, though. I'm so used to grabs. I'll be so real with you. If I encounter a character, like, it's muscle memory of being, okay, which is, like, my forward neutral to be able to go into, like, Jaguar step grab, and people look at me like, what character are you playing? I'm like, oh, right, I'm playing Bears. That's my bad. Let me go back here. I'll never do that again.
Oh my god, I'm so June-pilled. I was learning Nina, and every time I was trying to crouch punish someone, I would just go into her chain throw. I was like, oh, yeah, I meant to do that.
It's just, oops, all blonde bombs. That's my bad. Of course, headed into our next thing here. It's still Hamalak sticking with the Steve, but Skothy actually swapping to another Namishima family, Reina, this time around.
We're trading 1 electric for a little more electric and the electric skater shoes. I love the pick. And the connection times out.
We got denied more electrics. Water and power was not home this time around. That's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, this brings back my argument that I love bringing up to people because it's been, even though as an old head playing a bunch of old Tekken, there was never really this movement. So I'll say it right now. I don't know when it happened, probably in Tekken 7, but we need to stop shaming key charging.
See, when it comes to movement in like this new style of Tekken, like, a lot of people are referring to, I think I'm gonna like show my young age here. I kind of got started around like Tekken 6, Tekken 7. I was born in 2001. My uncle set me in front of the TV. He's like, hey, play this. It was Tekken 4. Oh, wait, hold on. Speaking of that, we were going in fast motion for a second. I was about to get a little bit of vertigo motion sickness, but back into it, and already Skothy with the life loss, and now in the round 2. We're just jumping right into this time around. It's sidestep 2 with a little break on that one from Steve here.
Even feeling curb stomp, got interrupted, but dang, this thing. And the hop punch put the Ali style. This is gonna carry. Is going to be an easy wall damage, and here's the key charge setup into the throw. That's what I'm talking about. You don't even get your free counter hits. You just take a throw.
Listen, you gotta execute as best as possible, and you float like a butterfly, sting like a Steve? Question mark? I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Not my best bar, and I will say the best punch is coming in from Ham again off the launch against Skothy. The hop kick on that one.
Oh, he's just feeling it. He's moving, he's ducking, he's dancing. He's an Australian breakdancer in the Olympics, and he gets clipped for his troubles.
You did not just come. Ray gun mention in Big 2024 is actually insane. But
isn't that what this fit is? I would call these customs.
I mean, kind of. I'm not really seeing it, but if it's there, it's there. I guess so. It's more of a blackish than kind of green. But I will say, turning black and blue is Skothy right now, just absolutely getting the beats put down. We're just headed down the gargoyle perch already with the hot punch. Just go for the 2 jab on that one, but Skothy not wanting to give it up just too early.
Yes, and Reina's the bully, but you're seeing her stay static until finally a 1-1-2 starts off the offense. The Rage Art's not going to fly this time. And looking like a Kazuya main and punishing with the throw. Good stuff from Skothy. It's not done yet.
That's right, Mishimas never die exactly, and really with that punch parry. No execution on that one. Skothy, however, trying to make short work of Hamalak. Going and trying to hit with the electric, but the power is not on. Lights are not home, if you will, and Hamalak really trying to turn in the electrician just momentarily before getting knocked down here.
Absolutely. And again, here's this flank, like waiting. You can't sit there and wait for it. Reina's got to create her own offense. Good block this time, not getting guard broken.
Good job adapting to the keep-out game here, because Skothy knows that one slip-up could either lead into a grab or another 1-2 jab combination, and Sonic Fangs, especially from Hamalak, are not kind, nor are they pretty, but that's the jab grab again. Skothy losing significant chunk of health for the crush, and grab again. Looking a little too vulnerable here, and for 7 golden letters, Hamalak takes first game 2-0.
All right, Ham, you were goofing off that time, but then when it was final round time, you saw him put on the cap, put on serious mode, and absolutely dominate that round. That was a great bunch of references. And I also got to shout out Trizzy. Trizzy makes some of the best hilarious Yoshimitsu customs. But
Trizzy.
All right, we're going to get into the action. We got the man from France ready to go on the date, but first he's got to put on his Army of Two mask. That is going to be Victor, and we're getting the Alisa right from the get-go. Let's go.
All right, I see in this match we are dripped out in the underground arena, if you will. Just looking a little creepy with some of those masks in the background, but that is going to be the sidestep, and I imagine with 5-4, possibly a lot of 4 spammy Victor, but mixed up thus far coming in from AimedTwo.
Oh, that carried and got the wall explosion. That was an interesting pull. Maybe didn't know it was going to hit.
Man, off the slide, the charge up straight into a massive launch off of that one from AimedTwo and right into the wall. Of course, no exploder status here, but those chainsaws will do plenty of work. 5-4 goes flying halfway cross screen.
Oh, good. This is an Alisa that is so tricky, so movement, and we haven't even needed the chainsaw mix-ups yet.
Man, for hop kick coming in from 5-4 here, and chainsaw stance again gets hit off the mid pressure. That's one pistol with the big blade to come in forward. AimedTwo, however, able to keep out just as best as possible, going in for maximum chip damage. I say that. Rage Art to hit, but it shouldn't, actually really shouldn't be enough to kill here.
Yeah, really good reactions. I don't think it's going to kill, but it's just one of those situations where if you see jets, you see thrusters, you can get that rage art for free.
And sidestep one out of it, block that, and 5-4. Just a quick knife jab, and able to take one off of AimedTwo here. Goes for the early launch on that one for that big pressure right against the wall, trying to secure Exploder, but AimedTwo knows better, able to step out of it and out of the way.
Yeah, I love 5-4's patience and movement. As I say that, he gets blown up. But usually with a lot of victors, you see the aggro step, Perfumer, and just running wild. But instead against this Alisa, just being calculated and absolutely launching, going for the gunshot and getting blown up for his troubles.
Diving off the chainsaw stance though, but it is that back kick from AimedTwo. Now puts him up by another headed into round 4. Could either secure this game or really go into it a 5-4. Maybe trying to hit a comeback. The head games on the kick though, and one missile launch to block, and massive amount of health being lost right now this side of 5-4.
AimedTwo absolutely running away with it, and you know, I gotta take it back. If Victor offense is what needs to happen, you can't let Alisa, especially from that 2-3 range, control your space. You saw missiles, you saw baited missiles, you saw duck unders, and I don't know. I just feel like normally a really patient Victor has a lot of explosive tools to start up with, but if you can't even get started and you have a robot controlling the space, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, especially on a stage such as that when you have a lot more to worry about in regards to the wall explosion status, and then it just becomes a very sidestep heavy type game, you know. And for AimedTwo, took full advantage off the sidestep 2s and then right into the saw dives and missile launches. 5-4, of course, a bit of a chance, but it is really hard to survive against that. And on this stage, especially knowing we have not one but 2 floor breaks to worry about, I'm going to be a little careful going against it.
Yeah, definitely my favorite stage in T8. The subconscious is the place to be, and this is what I want. I want Victor closing that gap. You don't want her to be full screen away. I need more down back 4s. Yes, this is going to carry very well. Oh, and misses the forward 4-2. He wanted that optimal damage.
Man, I still have full screen damage PTSD from a lot of older games that are not Tekken, right? Injustice especially, don't talk about that one. And for AimedTwo, might be since a little PTSD here going against Victor with 5-4, able to take round 1.
Play pokey, little hesitation, mixing up the lows, exactly what you need to do to open Alisa up.
Hop kick on that one, straight into the launch, off the down hit, and once the floor turns purple like that with the lemonade, you want to worry about the break the next time around. AimedTwo going with a triple dash forward. 5-4 to get a good chunk of damage. The Rage are trying to suffice here and does hit for some good amount of damage, especially off floor. Of course, not enough to kill just yet.
I was gonna say, Kirby Flash Hero over here, getting every time they see movement on her for all the Rage arts.
Into the dive forward again off the saw stance. Maybe wanted to confirm with the low kick. Gonna have to work instead. And missile arm does hit for some damage. Just a shred of health. Should have been watching out off the low kick again. AimedTwo takes full advantage now. 1-1 equal headed in the next round.
I was gonna say, just that low punish was just the wrong amount of frames. It was neg 13, not neg 15, and that suddenly froze him up for the rest of the round. But here we go down, first time. And this is gonna go to the wall, and the mix-up, just the running 2.
And here we go into Gargoyle Perch, and AimedTwo able to duck off the 2 again, but now 5-4 making maximization of these lows. AimedTwo though, want to stick with the saws instead, and dives once, dives twice again for another floor break. Final stage here in a section.
I was going to say, is this going to be able to kill the reduction of the floor and the wall damage? Oh, but the trip. Oh, 5-4 had the armor stuck in the mine, forced it 4 times, and suddenly that turned that round, and that was all his.
And I know when it comes to this section of the stage, I mean, I know a lot of people that really are fans of June, and June Pilled, if you will, might be really interested in this one with her just standing in the background, but that's the then. We're focusing on the now right now, and 5-4 able to use the gun instead, and one blade hitting the parry for AimedTwo goes down not once but twice here, especially off the hop kick, able to break out of the grab though.
Up, setting up the gun full screen. Seen this one before. AimedTwo, not worried about it. That's a space where they feel comfortable. But a great step in setting up the chainsaws. The leap. No, we're taking the advance. Wants more pressure. And taking the Rage Art, that's gonna do it. And AimedTwo is going to be your winner. MTS 5-4, what a good job. But just needing to control the one with the jetpacks. What do you do?
Man, plenty of leap action to go into it. No frog involved this time around. It is AimedTwo 2-0, if you will. And percent disconnect rate, I think you just need to hop off the game. Please go somewhere else where there's possibly rollback and an Ethernet port. And as I say that, loading into our game, finally, it is going to be King Servbot Shanti, aka Paulnareff, with some Paul gameplay versus a bear.
This is that anime moment where just because they're wearing a tiny mask, you can't tell it's Panda.
No one's ever gonna know. I'm saying they have the mask on, you can't really tell, but that belly to back suplex coming in from Paulnareff here, officially a great name, but King Servbot, the high bear knees again for another little spin, and gonna go into hunting stance momentarily there, but Paulnareff able to backtrack here, especially off the Death Fist.
Ooh, smart. Not ripping all the strings and trying to play a little bit off beat, but very much looking for his opening. I love the putting yourself on the ground things just to go for another bear mix-up.
And hunting stance again, especially trying to go in for that one entry bounce with the cold shoulder coming in from Paulnareff off the high 4, but the throw right into the screen. That is King Servbot going down here, headed into round 2. Paulnareff up by 1.
Yeah, usually against bears you might have a problem reading the arms, but against Paul, I was just wondering, maybe he had a different move in mind at the same time, and breaking the guard.
Break on that one, but the jump back, another Death Fist to really get in with the crush action expenditure off the heat, but Paulnareff trying to make short work of King Servbot here before they're able to go with the bear bounce, make that once and twice, but the counter hit round 2 from Paulnareff, headed into round 2, round 3.
I love how bear players just seem to always control the round start. They're just so intimidating, and even a jab controls the pace. Sometimes you see a lot of armor starts.
Going out the kicks again, wanted to go for that heat engage, but King Servbot able to counter back. Good keep out game on that one, but while running with no cold shoulder involved, it is going to be the one, however, for Paulnareff to go down, and now King Servbot able to take a round off.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been all Paulnareff this whole time, and then suddenly King Servbot had an answer for every piece of movement.
And Paulnareff trying to respond with that back before, but instead it's just going to be the bare legs again from King Servbot, and Panda out here with the mask, and nobody can tell it's Panda. That's totally fine. 1-2 Haji Clef combination, and now Paulnareff wanted to go for the hop kick, and a beach ball to the face instead will earn King Servbot 7 golden letters. Perfect round, and bear bounce again for the heat engage.
It's just already in there pushing their pressure and getting it, but that's not going to tornado, so no big damage, no booty setups, no clawings. Oh!
And bear booty again just for a split second there, and another perfect round. The hunting bounce from King Servbot to put them up 1-0 against Paulnareff.
Wow, that was a wonderful, wonderful comeback. And just great domination after having those quick Paul rounds. But the bear showing how dominant, especially when they're rolling on the ground. You think you can press buttons, you think you can read the lower high, but it is a true mix.
Exactly. And again, I imagine with Panda saying that, would it be actually, no, it would have to be just like regular bear growls and speech. All I'm hearing is like, you know, stuff like that. I imagine so. But as we go to our next match, I actually need to stop. This is getting too out of hand, as I have not had this much fun on a Tekken stream in a week or two. So I do apologize if I'm getting a little out of pocket at some point.
Oh no, that's what we need. I am energy drained coming back from Canada, 2 tournaments, but this action is bringing me back to life, and I just have to call it. Bear booty is actually called hip smash, but we are getting the full booty this time around.
Exactly. You say hip smash, I say bear booty because it just sounds cooler. And Paulnareff got not one but two bear booty hits against them, and having to go with the keep out game and amount of this big pressure, even with the down kick. But it is going to have to be the heat engage off the knee smash before Servbot replying in kind off the beach ball volley.
Also, tell me what you see out of this custom fit right now. The all-white crab?
I don't know. Biblically accurate, I really don't know what to describe this fit right now. It's either like, yeah, I got nothing here.
This is the Moonlight Night fit for me, but...
I kind of see it, kind of don't. But whether or not, I mean, it's still drippy. The all-white fit at the beach is kind of a risk with the amount of sand you're going to get in your boots and everywhere. It's coarse, it's rough, I hate it. But for Paulnareff, I imagine, not exactly hating how this next round should be able to go. Now 1-1 apiece, regards to that.
He was absolutely dead to rights, and all it takes in Tekken is a few good death fists.
Maybe one or two to hit, but being Servbot, momentary hunting stance to hit for Paulnareff, and now back into the wall. He'd engage off that one, just a combination off the 1-2 into bare booty.
Give the people what they want, and the Mishima palms, we love it.
Absolutely love to see it. It's the character lore accurate Paul versus a bear, if you will. And if you see me fighting in a force of the grizzly bear, maybe help the bear. In this situation, you might have to help out Paul, because now starting to get a little dire. King Servbot now on set point here. Just need one more to take it 2-0, but sure kicks, and here we go with up to belly to back suplex to hit.
Oh, scary. The shoulder was not psychic enough. The whiff wasn't whiffed enough. And this is going to hurt a lot, especially we still got heat in the mix. Is this enough to kill?
I mean, who knows? Maybe, might be. You're able to tech roll out of it, but the trade damage, not enough. Servbot got that last little sliver with the bear dance and the volley beach ball on top of that. Takes it 2-0 here in pools.
Of course, 3, which is new. They always do something really weird with the sticks, and that's why I love them. They were the first people to put tournament lockout buttons, and they have the concave design, and the quick latch to get at it. But to get quickly at it, we are going to have Malik against coxacat. We're going to have the Lars and the Asuka matchup. These are two people that like spinning like crazy.
Man, with the spins, I imagine a little bit of that anime fight action, if you will, especially coming in from the Lars, and off the shock to the system going in for coxacat. It's been a good chunk of damage here.
Oh, looking for those reads and just giving it the heat smash, not taking the mix.
And going in off the as well. Quick hit off the low, and now Malik kind of forced to play it a little bit of that keep out game. None of these jabs really working off the combination, but hey, down 3 off of that one. The spin kick, and now we have to really worry about one rogue Asuka coming in here to round 2.
I love it. The bravery just to do the ground punch when all they needed was a little bit of damage. And, you know, Malik is playing fisticuffs as a Lars. He can spin, he can electrocute. Yes, that's what you're used to seeing with a normal Lars match, but instead he's just sitting back and swinging for the fences.
And listen, you gotta swing for the fences at least once or twice here, but as far as these walls are, might have to swing for the nosebleed seats. Now, the Coliseum like this one, it might be a little too far for one to handle, but that is totally okay. And imagine coxacat not exactly doing too hot after that grab to lead into round 3 and a counter hit off that one from Malik.
Yeah, especially coxacat using a lot of, you know, Asuka's high-risk, high-reward tools, and I guess Malik using that as a little bit of the download. Still controlling the pace, a little slower with the pokes, is very happy at being at range 0, but Asuka's the defensive champion. She can swing with the best of them.
Now just fully charged up, you gotta watch out for some Asuka cans possibly coming up, and multiple lightning strikes in from Malik off of that one. Not able to break the low game, and now with the heat engaged, trying to push a little further in. Malik wanted to at least catch coxacat off the whiff, especially with that heat.
Yep, that's the mind game you see. It has the Nani wa Gusto, the install, and you don't need to do a move that will give it to it. That's the best time to do a move that does it again, but that's also the best time to finish your string, waiting for the can and getting punished. Now Malik's on game point.
Now into round 4. Malik up by 1 here with the rounds, and coxacat has that opportunity to be able to punish and accordingly, well, actually really adjust accordingly, excuse me, not the low game especially. It's going to be that back hit. Now another cold shoulder coming in from Malik for another 10 string, possibly a resident Lars player.
Yeah, that was 4 launchable moves back to back from Asuka, but you know, just having the rates and the patience. Like I said, the high risk, canceling the hell sweep, he bit and he didn't break the command grab. We're falling rain.
Listen, that's why I say some characters are a massive knowledge check, and if you can't break a grab, then what are you doing? And me personally, I didn't buy this game to break grabs or really block in any way, shape, or form, but if you are Malik, I imagine possibly wanted to really block that with a low parry to really put you on your back, and now having to find yourself getting mixed, especially knowing that coxacat's gonna go for a lot of these low hits to send you across wall.
I love this bravery we are seeing from them. It has worked out so very well. You have to wonder if it's going to last the rest of these rounds, but you can't drop the round after getting all this damage. A great throw break.
Able to break that one, but can you break the next one is the most important question, and for Malik not wanting to let this one go, and any advantage is a good one, but with your back turned against the wall, even tried to hold off Lars up for the rage art, and Malik knew better, and punishing coxacat accordingly at just a sliver of health. Now up by 1 here in the set.
Now I saw something that I myself am very guilty of. You're up on a match, you land a big launcher, you get over half their health gone, you're dictating the pace, and then suddenly you're back against the wall. And then sometimes when you don't want to play defense, you've got that beautiful can button right there.
And this being such an open stage at that one, sure, there's less to worry about, but more to worry about, especially considering now it's just pure raw grabs, especially coming in from the Lars. Able to turn with the grab as that one. The swing and a massive hit for coxacat.
Oh, just mixing by a pixel. Absolutely, the cancel is unsafe, but Can saves the day again. My move in arms and a little bit of a drop, but the pressure's gonna stay. Oh, delaying the 1+2.
And that's the thing we love to see here at Breakout Series. It's that Swerve Strickland style big pressure, and for Malik wanted to apply it as best as possible and not able to avoid one massive and nasty rage art coming in from coxacat.
Yeah, 1 tap is a full charge and counter hit damage. That's going to do one of the biggest hits in all the rage arts of Tekken 8. Wow, really good round there from coxacat.
Especially knowing that rage art can just be charged, and in a lot of situations you kind of have to panic, scramble, and say, wait, is this blockable? I'm sure it is, but where do I sidestep next? I mean, just have to hunker down and stay safe, and for Malik getting full taste of a whiff punish here, however, able to capitalize on 2 jabs and trying to fix it as best as possible. Dive-in coming in, and coxacat does expend the heat here.
But goes for the high-risk ground punch, and like we said, it is launchable. And finally, Malik read it and got all they needed for that. We're talking about that big risk-reward, kind of swinging the pendulum the other way.
Sometimes where there is high risk, there is at least a little bit of reward. It depends on who you ask, and going for that Lars mix-up. Malik going for the kick again and opting in for the low to finish the string here, but just gets flipped right on their back to allow coxacat to get in the mix again.
Yeah, one thing that maybe coxacat can catch on to is Malik is fully ripping all of these Lars string and eating the grab mix-up, this time going high. It is safe.
Sure, Malik knows that they would get rightfully and accordingly punished on a lot of these string enders, but at least it gets in the damage, and in that round, sure, might have lost it, but has potential to clean up for it going into the next one, and off the knee bash right to the face as well, able to secure the grab.
Going back to what we saw those first 2 rounds, just swing, jab control, trying to bait a defensive reaction from Asuka. Back 3 is fully launchable, a lot of those panic buttons are launchable. And didn't need anything more than the basics. A really good read, a really good heat smash, and suddenly Malik's on set point.
We head into our final round, and you say panic, I say controlled chaos, if you will. Not that much of a difference, and sure, it's another name for it, but if it works, it works.
I was just gonna say, still ripping that 10 string, even when it missed, went over her head and still kept going.
10 string to hit. Expands off the heat. coxacat still has a little bit left in the tank and is fully charged up here. Malik, however, has the life lead, but knowing how Tekken games can go, that can be gone in an instant. However, going for another string and off the high hit at that one. Maybe a low would have been better to finish it here. And coxacat still going to be the one to take advantage and punish.
Got to love that decision. You know, again, Malik has been controlling it, quick jabs. coxacat came in, he played defensively, and finally ran up and back 3'd away. What a beautiful timing change.
And it won't be enough to kill, but Malik now has Rage Art fully available and would have to try. Maybe hit with that, but coxacat instead able to take this one and now set it at 1-1 apiece here in pools.
So the move for Asuka is called Inner Strength, and I don't know what it's called for Lars, but he's got the same exact, I put my flash fingers in front of you, and it's a launcher. Let's see him throw it right back.
I feel for Lars, it's kind of that grown man Mishima, the Heihachi hate type strength, if you will. But for good cause, I imagine. Well, for that hairline's gonna go in a couple of years, that's all I'm gonna say. But moving on from that, Malik, of course, the damaged coxacat.
Yep, he was waiting for a back 3, he was waiting for a can-can, and then suddenly he got a jab float. As a Jude main, I'll tell you, I juggle myself if you wait long enough. There it is! Oh. The risk is still staying out there from ground punch to can-can. Well, all we need to finish the symphony is a back 3. There it was! Alright, so we're gonna move. Really good movement, again, to bait out these risks. Another can-can. Not really working when the jabs are being great pressure. And this time, going mid when he was expecting the low. Malik is now on set point again, but we've seen coxacat come back every single time. And we got fans in the audience, Dizzin, shout outs to their friend. Let's see if they can come back. But hey, whoever gets the first combo has usually played on their back foot for the rest of the round. A great flash duck.
And the 3 kick to start us off with Malik in the round, but that is the dive in. No Jaleel involved, if you will. And with the heat expenditure now on both sides, looking a little dangerous here for coxacat, but considering this was set point for Malik, now takes it 2-1. And honestly, not too bad of a game between our Lars and Asuka players. Against Lars, nothing. No, I'm joking, of course, but I guess we will be in for a good match again. Here it is, Gojo versus Tanjiro, but now we are getting Dora the Explorer.
Yes!
Interesting, to say the least. Gosh, these costumes are really going to be the death of me. And I imagine if you're not careful enough, knowing how Tanjiro plays this Yoshimitsu might really be the death of our Azucena here, or it could be the other way around. But the life drain already hitting Gojo.
Stealing the young girl's soul, and suddenly Nick Jr. won't keep it anymore.
Sorry, that came from a deep and visceral place. That is actually insane. Listen, that Nick Jr. money runs out all of a sudden. You gotta find yourself playing in a King of Iron Fist tournament. That's totally cool. You gotta make money somehow, Dora. You get your bills. And for Tanjiro, with the damage off that one, utilization of the flash hits, and now up by 1 already in the round.
Well, I don't know if she's old enough to drink coffee, but she needs to get the pep in her step.
Exactly, the little bit of that coffee, maybe some espresso to really help you out here, but getting mixed off these lows, and with the health charge on that one, Tanjiro, however, wanted to go for the Manji kicks on that one, just straight denied by Gojo.
Wow, good punish and a roll, and now we're gonna eat the flying mix. Really good block there.
Now putting away the sword, want to go for the pure grabs. However, with the flight mode activated, now Tanjiro flying through the sky, maybe can go twice as high. We just have to wait and see. Heading into round 3 here, could take it away, or Gojo has that chance to be able to come back. Keep out game, getting a little better here, but off of these lows, especially the sweep kicks, wanted to watch out for that.
Now, Gojo knows that they kind of have to dictate the pace, because right now Tanjiro's been winning these rounds by playing not necessarily the gimmick of Yoshi's, but definitely playing to their goofy strengths. And you can't let Yoshi set up like this. You've got to keep your plus frames.
And especially you give Tanjiro just a little too much room. He knows they can just get a little bit of that health back, and Gojo backs up a little too much. Tanjiro gets that health, maybe goes in for that Manji spin yet again. I haven't really seen that much of a rainbow drop just yet, but I saw that little split-second frame charge up off the bad breath, and I'm sitting here like, listen, we don't need Yoshimitsu just yet in this game, let alone the bracket. We gotta wait a little bit off that one. Stagger kicks coming off the spin again.
But you see how just winning this round and having a few big answers for these moves has suddenly made Tanjiro slow down and play that more paced Tekken. Yoshi can go nuts at a moment's glance, and suddenly he's not going to the air, he's not going to his sword.
And that's the thing you gotta be careful about. You either close the gap with Tanjiro or don't really leave that much room in the first place. Because you get too far, all of a sudden, it's just gonna be the Dragonfly stance activated, just fly right in. Or you have to worry about a quick teleport even from up close. But that's gonna be the neck breaker grab coming in from Gojo. Tanjiro, however, responding in kind off the low kicks.
Yeah, using the back four as a movement option, canceling Librador, and getting a whole bunch of mix-ups. And Gojo's low pokes have been on point, and suddenly this entire game has been turned around, and with the backswing blow, Gojo takes it from being down 0-2. What is Tanjiro gonna do? I think we need to go back to the Yoshi gimmicks.
Exactly. Can you say first match win for us in Spanish sport question? I'm trying to figure out so many Dora puns that I can actually use in this case for Gojo, and it's been so hard to do so.
No.
But against Tanjiro, I will say adaptation off the low hits, honestly not looking too bad for a start.
Dora was scared, she was losing her life, she was getting soul stealed, and then suddenly she said swiper, no swiping, and no more swords hit her the rest of the match, and she brought it right back.
Okay, there we go. Bars. That is so much better than I could possibly do here, and that's totally cool. But Gojo really turned things around for themselves, especially going against Tanjiro, because you notice at some points you get too close, all of a sudden that's going to be the down flash hit. You get too far away, you just let Tanjiro regenerate on what little health they can get back, and all of a sudden it's just going to be a problem, an issue from then on out. And no costume change, except for a little bit of a white-green colorway coming in for Tanjiro, and Gojo still sticking with the Dora the Explorer fit.
Woo! The sunset flip and taking it down. I was going to say, Tanjiro needs to step back, use those moves that are safe and cheap with Yoshi. We need some down forward twos, we need some hop knees, we need some... There we go! Needs to stop her from swinging and stepping forward.
And exactly one thing I've noticed about Tanjiro is really loves to take advantage of a lot of these whiff punishes, but Gojo is trying to catch off the frames here. Flash hit to hit, however, now Tanjiro on a little bit of left remaining with the health. Go for the slashes right into the flight stance, and knew that jab was coming, able to quick little spin away, but the flight caught mid-air. No fly zone just for now.
Yeah, really good duck from Gojo. Definitely had the experience and was waiting for it. Oh my! Get cafe, and then easy, it turns it into a wall carry. Big damage and an Oki and Librador stance. He's gonna stay down.
A flick right to the head is really all you need, and thank goodness in that exact moment, break out of the rainbow drop. That would have been a significant chunk of health loss for Gojo. Right into the neck breaker, the grab, and the springboard kip up coming in from Tanjiro here, able to finish with the last left of heat remaining to make up on Gray Life.
Oh, really good. You saw that at max range and still reacted well blocked. Good throw break there. And these lows have been making a huge difference for Gojo. And as I said that, he gets blocked on the big low and punished for it. We got a hype match.
All right, we got the Manji spins to come in with that one, just absolutely staggering Gojo in that last round, but now off to a ripper start. Gojo with the damage makes up on Great Life, and it might not be a perfect round, but right into the stance as well. Tanjiro back against the wall, trying to find a way out and having to answer in kind. The flash hit.
And we talked a lot about Victor Eddies being some of the best armor hits in the game, and I think Azucena has the same exact thing in her armor. Whoa.
Oh, they go for that grab. Just to spin out of there, though. Stagger kicks again coming in from Tanjiro. Flash it again to secure another round win, and right into flight. Didn't even need that last bit of finesse. Works, it works. Going for the uppercut off that one, but it is a sidestep two from Tanjiro to recover.
Gojo's probably like the rest of us online. They are really sick of this Yoshi domination. Really good ducks and really good study. Gojo knows this matchup, but it's still that difficult to beat a Yoshi.
Exactly. With the one thing that I've definitely seen these posts of, that Yoshimitsu that I hate, that Yoshimitsu that I hate, and I'm starting to really understand just an annoying character that you really have to worry about. What the Azucena hate, on the other hand, I remember just how strong that was, and Tanjiro letting that hate flow through them freely, able to secure a win, and now set us tied 1-1.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are downplaying, Azucena. As soon as her while running 3-2 got nerfed, suddenly she was no one's interest in the eyes. The usage went way down, but I still think she hits hard and in the right of a good, dominant, controlling, jab pokey character with a lot of explosive kicks and a lot of giant counter hits. She's still an amazing character to work with.
Great character at that one, which the Azucena hate, I feel, might either be warranted for, some people, unwarranted a lot of cases, right? Good character, a lot of powerful keep out game, and a lot of powerful guys that are really going to put you through the ringer. Me personally, I don't have a problem with her. Worst matchup for me? Absolutely, that's controversial to say, but it's true as a King player. And in this situation, and we'll say for Gojo, really managing to adapt to a lot of what Tanjiro has in the arsenal, especially off the low poke game, right? Knowing those flashes are going to hit, block, and then parry.
I'm curious, giant stage, very little wall interaction here. Who do you think has the advantage?
If anything, I'd say, I'm going to be a little bit biased here. It might be the Yoshimitsu player here, Tanjiro, considering that it has a lot of util that can really use, spin around a block maybe once or twice. Rainbow drop might be a little bit of an issue, but knowing how free you're just able to roam with very little wall runnage to worry about might be a bit of a problem.
I was going to say, Tanjiro getting to get through the gimmicks, getting to go into Firefly and stance and goof off. This is going to be scary for Gojo. He's feeling himself. A good break.
And one advantage that I will say Gojo already has is knowing how to break out of that rainbow drop, but it is going to be the flight. It might be a little bit of a more worrying issue. Tanjiro hit that once, but twice straight into the flash hit again for the hate engage, especially off the high 3 kick.
8 frames of misery every time you thought about it, and ripping the flash again, just barely out of range.
Man, sometimes you just gotta dance on him, and Gojo hit that just little beat drop just once or twice here. The low kick again for the back spin, and now 1-1 apiece here, headed into round 3.
I'm going to tell you right now, these throw breaks are going to be the key difference. Every single time is gone for it. Meanwhile, Gojo's gotten a few off, but the down forward too, showing us why it's so good. The backwards facing flash. I don't need to see you to know that you're swinging.
Man, flash him once, flash him twice, no camera needed, but it is going to be the flight stance again, right into 7 golden letters for a perfect round. And now things are getting a little spicy here. Tanjiro on set point, but that could easily change for Gojo to be able to do the same flash hit again, right into the heat engage and a smash forward. Forward 3 going into it, with the back teleport spin to hit, and whiff punish off the flash again. Gojo makes up with raw, pure Azucena punches right in heat, and the disrespect off the walkover.
I was gonna say, I've counted it now. We have had 9, count 'em, 9 flashes in this game alone.
And headed into the next one, now both players on set point. 2-2 apiece, and we're trying to go for that one frame of bad breath, but with the sword being put away, Gojo now taking the advantage, took the opportunity to dash forward off of that one for the launch right across floor.
It's the range, the spacing, and the ducks, and if this is Gojo's match, the thing that made the difference was the spacing as they get a big launcher, and we talked about the walls not being a factor, and here it is, the final carry and a great low. Gojo's lows were on point, Gojo's throw breaks were even better, and when the chips were down, absolutely waiting for that perfect punish and launch, not once but twice in the final. Biggest bracket demons, what do you do if you're facing against one of the bigs?
Against JoeCrush, all I have to say is especially if it's Alan from Invincible. I don't think you have much of a choice but to be prepared and have to go through this straight into the Gamma Howl. And right here with the barrier as well, just a right expenditure of heat already straight into the uppercuts.
The friendly alien showing a dominating first round, and he'll beat you with a smile and then heal you up after.
Exactly. Just got a mog on them. I will never forget just JoeCrush, what was it? FlyQuest Fight Series absolutely going ham against another June player, unfortunately, and managed to hit them with not a 1 count, not a 2 count, a full 5 count gigaton swing. It wasn't fun to watch, but it was funny as hell.
Even Harada had to retweet that. The damage came from another coast.
And coast to coast, if you will, and straight into it already against the wall, making good usage of the wall exploder on that one, and DirtyDerfy trying to counter back, but really what can you do, especially for one here with one more counter jab to hit.
Haven't seen the gunshot arms movement yet. That's when you know Joe's really feeling himself. But there's the windup and the guard break, and just, why not? Force field through it.
So you got a force field once, you got a force field again with the shenanigans off of that one. And honestly, JoeCrush, good read on that, as DirtyDerfy hit him with a sidestep and immediately had to read on, listen, it works. Especially going off the lows again. JoeCrush so far, 1-0.
I mean, making this look as quick as Season 2 finished, like, I am just seeing all anything from JoeCrush. And you know, it's not even the standard Jack play that you might see Jack usually controlling the space, but Joe absolutely in his face and throwing out a lot of risky moves too, but that's just the poise.
Man, with high risk, there is high reward. I feel when it comes on the side of DirtyDerfy, might be getting a little too risky, except at some points where you might find a little bit of a gap. But I noticed one thing with the side steps, especially that JoeCrush would just be able to read into that, either go with the jab confirm or really the pressure off of those Gamma Howls and the force fields. But now trying to go for the body press, it's the one side step that might have saved DirtyDerfy a little bit of trouble reading into it.
And a good punish, not falling for the bait this time.
There we go.
JoeCrush is feeling the force.
Exactly. The force field off top of that one. Now JoeCrush trying to block, goes in for the high leg again, up 4. But now knocked back momentarily, able to break out of the grab, but that is going to be quick, nice, precise launch. Drops it on once, but the gigaton swing for 2 count.
Oh, and getting the big, that's the first time we've seen this throw the entire tournament, and it hits big, and suddenly DirtyDerfy is up 2-0.
Gosh, I really forget how much damage the rainbow drop can do in a lot of situations. Like, you think you're in a safe range, right? Where your health is there, it's like, okay, it shouldn't be that much, it should be there for like 1 HP. Nope, that's gonna be at least 30, maybe 40% of everything you possibly own gone. And now, just the soul suck coming in from the sword here, getting DirtyDerfy a little bit of an advantage, but now with the heat wasted, JoeCrush, the other side here, the shrivel of health taken out, and now 1-1 apiece between DirtyDerfy and Joe.
Yeah, that was a masterclass in millimeters, inches, or pixels, however you want to call it. So many big moves that were the right answer, missing just by a pixel and turning into huge opportunities for DirtyDerfy.
And I don't want to say it too soon, but maybe DirtyDerfy making a god bleed here with JoeCrush. I mean, really usually a dominant lead through bracket, but now this time around, be proved to be a little bit of an issue. Of course, I don't want to say it too soon as round one, beating JoeCrush to go up here.
Wow, a great step and an even greater duck on that read. And this is going to cause some explosions. Oh, and
especially
misses. Oh, go ahead.
Go for the uppercut on that one. Sorry to interrupt you there, but JoeCrush, I imagine, want to go for a lot of these interrupts, and the chip damage going to have to work the railgun hit, and DirtyDerfy has so much great life left to get back, and could be a massive investment off the damage.
Meteor raid into a turn, and then a simple step and a punch with that giant Giga arm.
Sidestep into it, down two, able to avoid the force field damage, and JoeCrush makes up for it, especially off the double twin pistons. And going forward, uppercut on that one, straight into Hayden, now back against the wall, down two off the elbow, and hit for another one. DirtyDerfy back against.
And you're gonna hear me say it every single time, but why? Why does he get a 10-frame heat smash and a guard break combo into it? No reduction. My down forward 2 gets combo reduction. Why don't we get that on JoeCrush, showing why Jack is just a power.
Our Chipotle champ, which is Riddum on the Shaheen, with fighting that one. Explorer, it's just dripped out Gojo heading into our arena underground this time.
And this also Riddum's signature orange Shaheen style. I've never been scared of anyone in an orange fit until today.
I believe my microphone is going to have to be fixed, so please carry for 1 second while I get this fixed my asthma.
Oh, no problem. So Riddum is just controlling this corner after getting quick calls from Gojo. And the scariest part about a Shaheen main, in heat, they're ducking, you're expecting a slide. In standing, he can break your guard. Everything about Shaheen is dangerous. Do not downplay this man, especially after the AK wins. And a great whiff punish. Down forward 3-1. Really good round taken back by Gojo. There's a lot of respect, but all that respect goes out the window when Shaheen is an up 4, just hop kick for days.
All right, I think I might be back, question mark?
Great way to come back with the next snap, but this round has been all Riddums, taking the homing pressure, and a quick poke to check. Good round there by Riddum, suddenly changing the pace of this match.
And a pace change might be the best thing you need really going into it, but now 1-1 apiece here in the rounds. One low kick, another, make it a third one here for Gojo, and now Riddum with the whiff punish and counter.
Oh, and this is going to carry. Yeah, Shaheen, a character with a very big wall carry game. And one of my favorite things to see is his best optimal wall combo is to knock you away from the wall. And a great block and punish.
Back to right into the slide with that, but it is the diving strike to really pack a punch. And now Riddum, 2-1 in the round right now, trying for the backswing and the uppercut on that one. Possibly 10 strings of Shaheen here, maybe 5, maybe 6.5 if you blink.
Oh, and that's a beautiful thing. And something you see in such high-level play is the respect, and then, of course, the risk of ripping a duckable, launchable string, but it hits because you think surely they're not going to do it.
And surely they wouldn't. Maybe they just wouldn't be that risky to do so, but for Riddum, high risk, high reward all over again, and still 1-0 here in the set and pools.
You know, normally I'd like to pick this one apart, ask what can we really do to make a change, but it seemed like Gojo changed their style. They were very aggressive in the beginning, and then finally baited some impatience out from Riddum, closed out that round pretty convincingly, and then suddenly Riddum did a 180, and that entire pace of play was theirs.
A good change of pace at that one, and it might be an even bigger change headed into the stratosphere. So at this stage, you shouldn't have that much to worry about except the close quarters walls the first couple of rounds, but then with the floor exploder having to worry about in the next one, it'll be a bit of an issue, especially when that Riddum really loves the floor breaks.
Oh, a great step back. Azucena showing why she's so evasive, not even needing the backswing blow. And I love walking forward in stance, the strut, the confidence.
Man, down 2 swing coming in from Riddum here to at least trying to get that low chip damage, but the flip back might have been a little too much risk. Gojo read into it with the frame advantage on top of that. And with that extra bit of damage and cross the floor. Now I'm going to worry about it just a little too much. One stance leads into another. Now back against the wall here for Riddum.
Yeah, getting Riddum to not be able to press buttons and causing that hesitation. Oh, even better step. The follow-up hit. But the difference now is that Gojo suddenly has a lot better backwards movement and a lot better lateral movement, and suddenly 2-0 as the floor becomes lava. Can we explode a difference here for Riddum? Oh,
and the floor is hot, the floor is lava. A little bit of a pep in your step if you are Gojo on the Azucena with the trade-in on the damage. Back shoulder to hit with that one, and with the backflip kicks from Riddum. Gets punished yet again straight into the ankle breaker grab.
I didn't know that Azucena had a little Ken Shamrock action and tries to bet the entire farm on the big high-risk low. No quick pokes here and gets blown up for it. And here's the floor combos you were talking about. Opting for the setup, opting for breaking the guard.
Man, that's gotta be... Oops, sorry.
No, you're good. Just looking so threatening and imposing, just crouching. That's what this character does.
Man, and I was gonna say, that's gotta be a little painful, not only putting your house up for collateral, but your farm and the alpacas to go with it with as much coffee as you have. Gojo is putting everything on the table, and Riddum wanted to just take that all away, saying, listen, it doesn't matter if you're up by 1 in the round, I want to put myself on set point, but Riddum's not careful enough, able to hit with the back wall climb on that, get back that much needed life for the heat engage. On top of that one, diving strike, however, of course, gets accordingly with punish, but we're able to recover off the slide in.
I need a clip of that. The Rey Mysterio flip off the cage and turning it into a wall-crushing heat engager. That was sick.
Booyaka, booyaka, if you will. 619 possibly. Not really here involved. No ropes to be found, but if it works for Riddum, it sure as hell is gonna work. Backflip kicks to hit again. Gojo even tried to hit off the low, but Riddum ran into it, saying it's not going to work out for me, brother. Hulk Hogan involved on that one, just waiting, watching for that quick little guard break into the chip damage diving knee kick for Riddum to take the set 2-0.
I am and we're already ready for another match I've been looking forward to. Hey, I love the Asucena rep, so Memphis Legend now is going to go against Quyon, but this is a King that does not stop. You know, normally you're scared of King at any rage, but this is a King that will put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. We are ready.
Exactly, we either have Mascafe or we have a to really put you through the ringer with Quyon on the King and immediately into the giant swing. Won't be close enough for a wall hit, but straight into the muscle armor. Emerald elbow for the heat engage.
Now you said King, of course, has the muscle buster, but you also mentioned, does he really have a brain buster?
I really don't know. I mean, it might be there, but it would be absolutely insane if it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just there under a different name. But with the arm again, right into the Emerald elbow, Quyon able to take the round. And I was surprised that Memphis Legends not only got slapped with 1, but 2 giant swings into it and another Emerald elbow to get a start. It's a 3rd giant swing. Well, I'm not kidding. That's a 3rd one.
I was going to say, old Snake can't break throws like he used to. Maybe that's the problem.
Oh! Immediately into an RKO for the alley. Gets another giant swing! No, that's gotta be the 3rd or 4th one this game alone. I know you're lying. Back Jaguar step. Memphis Legends, I imagine, got a little tired about this. That's gonna be the backswing kick off the 3s again, right into the wall for the orbital, and Quyon now getting put through the mixer.
Just absolutely fighting with the anger, but no. Getting interrupted. Look at this damage. Absolutely from 100% to almost half your health. And another throw into another throw. Are we going to get another throw to end this round of lots of throws? No way.
The down 1-4 pedigree to put you through the ringer. Quyon just absolutely giving the works to Memphis Legends, and I don't know if it's gonna have to be a character switch to really try and change things, maybe a stage switch, but that was not just one, not two, not three, four, maybe five giant swings that I counted thus far. That shouldn't happen.
Normally we're talking about how to play this, how to play smart, how to play a pace and change game. No, that was just a Royal Rumble, but with one character doing everyone's finisher.
Exactly, just get up, as Leapfrog would say. the Meek Mill scream. Gosh, it's so much fun to really watch these types of matchups where you have pure coffee, mas cafe if you will, in the form of Azucena versus King, and how wild that can get, right? Straight into the crotch jab, right into the cold arm, if you will. And that elbow, back Jaguar step, but not able to break through the armor that Memphis Legends is able to get, but that muscle armor finally gets broken through, allowing Memphis to at least get the wall bash here.
Oh, the coffee causing so much of a jump. She even went through him and past him, but kept swinging the string.
For neutral grab into the running power bomb, but it's a giant swing again for the knockout hit. Not enough for the wall damage, but damage is damage alone. And now Quyon, back Jaguar step again, but however, with the counter grab, arm breaker in the slide.
I love that. She ran up, jabbed him, and said, wait, you're still charging? Still flexing? She threw that.
Even try to go for the grab, but the low parry gonna have to work again for the running power bomb all over. Shoulder bash, running knee, back kick exploder, and even try to go for that down elbow with the run again. No RKO to convert, but it is the leg. Now, it's accordingly punished with Quyon just at a sliver of health here. Memphis Legends trying to get in with the chip damage off the mid, and it is gonna be one more 3 low to send us in round 3.
Really great changes in timing, causing that movement, the delay, and then finally stepping when Quyon said, I need to swing back against the wall.
And Quyon might be getting a little too dependent on these grabs and might allow for maybe just some predictable easy reads from Memphis Legends to recuperate on. Able to duck one hit, but not able to duck with the one again. Jabs on the low, and straight for the knee bash right to the face for Quyon.
This is a grapple fest. Oh, and here's the rage art. And it catches the back roll. Someone asked to clip that, but you know, we need to keep it going. And if he wins this one with a full run throw, you need to give us the full Jaguar experience.
Exactly, gotta give y'all the snarl, but speaking of Jaguar experience, just the Ultimo Jaguar to hit from Quyon off the heat, was able to save that last little bit after the rage art and capitalize 100%, but now Memphis Legends saying, listen, anything you can grab, I can grab better. But Quyon, now with the massive muscle armor into the Emerald Elbow conversion for the giant swing.
No. I feel like there's layers of this where they've just broken through and all we have left is throws and armor.
Exactly, just throws all around, pure grab.
Oh my.
Stop it! It's right into the wall too. That's just extra amount of damage. The run forward, even try to go for the running leg. Get out of here with that. I'm gonna hit you with the alley kicks instead. And able to put themselves over Memphis Legends, who said, listen, when you want a grapple fest, I can give you just that, but it is Quyon taking the set. Oh, I just got hungry. I don't have anything at home.
Oh. All right, so now we're energized up. We've got our Red Bulls we may or may not have taken from the cooler, but we are getting into Peeling, picking their main Xiaoyu against HardTekk's relentless Asuka.
Man, we love to see it. I've been so used to seeing Yoshimitsu from Peeling, but Xiaoyu, that's going to have to work out this time around. And against HardTekk here, Asuka, I imagine, not exactly having a fun time. Able to block on the low, however, jab entry denied by Xiaoyu with the uppercut off the leg stance. Another dive over, however, HardTekk able to parry back against it.
Yeah, the flip is absolutely a great mind game and something you need to lab in advance. And with all the things going on with Xiaoyu's evasiveness and her movement, just absolutely can't think when she takes to the skies, even harder than when Lily does.
Exactly, but the one thing you have to worry about Asuka is especially the cans coming in forward and then the charge up on the rage art, if need be, of course. For Xiaoyu, however, listen, once they start ducking, it might be over from there. Can I counter back against that? No, that just might be me, but it could be a very different story for HardTekk if they were able to counter against it, but with just 1 HP, Peeling able to run with that round.
Wow, this flip is a mix, and HardTekk has not shown that he has any answers for it. It's kind of like King Somersault. You can move forward, you can do something that goes vertical and back, and also if your timing is good, you can, with Asuka, back 3.
Yeah, all about that timing as well with the spin up off that one, kip up off the legs too. Peeling full advantage off the damage. No perfect round here, but HardTekk now trying to recover what little gray life they have left, especially up against the wall. Off the uppercut with the high 2s at that one. Back knee though.
The flip intimidation. I have not seen this much before.
And just getting scary with it. Off the low hit as well, trying to make up on the high with 8 seconds left. HardTekk wanted to take the advantage. Now headed into round 4. Peeling still one away from being able to put themselves at 1-0 in the set.
And a lot of big grips. Suddenly Peeling changes their pace of play and finally gets the grab. This, of course, is a launcher. Gonna take them to the wall and getting the unscaled armor kick.
And scaling is what we do love to see in regards to damage, and imagine for Peeling just probably being screwed up, but get up, if you will, and HardTekk trying to make sure of a hard knockdown, if you will. The back leg again, but where there is one heat engage, there is another for Peeling. They go straight in for the heat smash, and the expenditure on that one to put HardTekk down and put themselves up by 1 here in the set.
The classic Xiaoyu setup, you see her hop, skip, and a jump, you know the throw mix is coming, you're gonna guess what button. Suddenly, here comes a launcher right out of it. Really scary stuff, and Peeling showing why they were so dominant, but I need to count. We need a flip counter. That was at least 10 in this game alone.
Exactly. Why have 1 flip? You can have 5. Why have 5 flips? You can have 9. Oh, you love to see it. And of course, just maybe backing out for another random stage selection, maybe another character swap incoming. I mean, you want to hit the ground running, you might be having to do so now and here. Just don't want to ice yourself too fast, with our next stage being Elegant Palace to the next one.
Medusa pointing out, the 2-1-2 falling out, and as we like to say, sidewalls save lives, but maybe not for the good here. Asuka has a few answers for some of these last set pokes from Xiaoyu. Back 3, very hard to punish for a Xiaoyu main, but we're seeing a lot of can-cans just trying to read a low, I guess. And as I say that, there's another can-can that gets read.
Love to see it, and immediately right into heat for Peeling right now. The back elbow getting nasty with it. He's trying to angle to either head into the wall, maybe for a wall break momentarily, and a couple of dashes, but angle off still. However, able to pull one against HardTekk. Now 1-0, but immediately actually getting a little early with the heat here.
There it is. That's what I wanted to see. Some good aggression, the ground punch, full risk, full reward, and then immediately going for the launcher of the back 3, paying off, changing the style.
Of course, it is going to be the wall bounce from that for Peeling to be able to try and counter back, get behind HardTekk if you will, but it is 7 golden letters. Perfect round here, and now into round 3, 1-1 apiece here. Just takes 2, actually just a few more for Peeling to be able to put themselves at set point, but HardTekk not wanting to let that happen by any means necessary. The high 4 again with the spinning kicks, and Peeling having to readjust, goes for the grab, but HardTekk able to break out of it.
Yeah, the Tooth Fairy controlling space, even point blank space. That's gonna make Peeling have to move laterally a lot more, but a really good read. And here comes the setup into Hypnotist. This is the scariest place you could be. Finally going for the low and a good block and punish. And using Asuka's own evasive moves with the 1-3.
Backflip off of that one, and even the bounce off the wall, but Peeling gets punished accordingly here by HardTekk. But in round 4, on the point, 2-0 in these rounds, but for the grab, that poor chandelier just absolutely broken into smithereens.
Xiaoyu showing she's a wrestling fan too with the snapmare. Love to see it.
The hit again with the charge up. Goes for the dive in and wanted to go for the low accordingly, but the grab is going to have to work instead for the quick little side swap against HardTekk. And with the drop, that's Peeling. Now set themselves 2-2 apiece in the final round territory.
Now, HardTekk is figuring things out. That can was a perfect read on the low, just mistimed it, because that would have been a huge launcher, and that could have turned that match around for them.
With the duck again, able to trade in with the damage, but HardTekk the first to be able to recover and get with the frame advantage off of that one. The lows and for the launch as well with the quick little turnaround. You blink and you miss it. Peeling, no exception to that theory. HardTekk now puts him right against the wall, and it's the springboard to hit.
The distance making the difference in the frames, and unfortunately you had that tip distance. Didn't get the max range for the correct punish, but it's okay. Heat Smash into the mix saves lives. HardTekk, really good adaptation there. What did you see there? How did they turn that around?
If anything, I don't want to say it was just like, punch maybe prayer for a little bit, but HardTekk kind of got the reads on peeling, being able to really just utilize the walls and off the dive ins. And listen, that wasn't going to work out for me. Knowing that, wait, backflip right into a low thinking that's going to work out? No, I'm not having it that time around. And of course, was able to counter accordingly, especially with a lot of the throws too.
All right, that's great analysis, and I would agree completely. So now what we're going to see is a final round in the New York Square here. We got Leroy's and we got Azucena's coffee. I love the fit. Asuka looking a little evil, ready to take it out in the red zing. And we... Oh, start off with the hop and the throw. It's scary when you see her hop towards you.
Man, especially with the throw damage that really has the scaling as well, and HardTekk really taking a couple punches here, able to sidestep out of it right into the heat engage. A throw break is that one. Where there's one heat, there is another for peeling to try and counter back here, especially off the legs, but right against the hot dog stand. That can't be pretty, and honestly might cost a little much if you are the one controlling the hot dogs.
Yeah, we saw HardTekk do the read on Hypnotist again. If they felt hesitation or a low, getting the can, this time it worked perfectly. And the flips are coming back. Uh-oh. The empty hop, no throw at all.
Might be relying a little too much off the wall flips in that one, because HardTekk is probably reading into the fact that it's with the low or the mid string at that one, but the grab to really put them down for some damage. Finishes off with the low at that one with 3 seconds left on the clock, and peeling now takes advantage here by 1 round in the set.
Again, I have to give HardTekk credit though, because peeling went into RDS back turn stance and did her launcher. That was launch punishable, and HardTekk just missing it by an inch. And that would have again turned this round around. This is a lot closer than it looks.
One thing you don't want to do is really get yourself into too many of these flips. Like I said just a couple of minutes ago, might be relying a little too much, and HardTekk now hard counters against it for the chip damage and plenty of gray life left for peeling. With Rage Art just momentarily available, trying to go for the hop kick off of that one. Grab immediately broken.
Third time it's happened this match alone. Sidewalls again saving Peeling's life, and the whiff punish off the launcher, launch punishable, but not punishing it in time and coming back again. This is a nerve-wracking match.
And a nail biter, if you will, and immediately that high forward 4 not gonna work out. The leg swing immediately counter punished by HardTekk here, straight in the heat for peeling. Might be a little careful in using this, just not really taking the initiative just yet, having to hope, pray, and wait, if you will, and I waited a little too late here as HardTekk immediately gets in with the punches, rolling right up against the wall, and I would expect another flip here, depending on how they're able to angle it.
Run up, and the bravery this time, instead of being patient, waiting defensively, just ripping the can. A great change in timing, and it's paying off, and suddenly now HardTekk is on their first game point, and the Sabaki.
And stanced up with it, but saying HardTekk here, listen, that little bow of yours, it's not working out for me. That's pretty and all, but I'm gonna put you up against the wall, and it may not be pretty, but considering I'm the one on set point, it's gonna have to work out. No wall flip here, immediately denied into the knee bash.
Keep pressing, keep pushing. That's the reason why HardTekk has this life lead, and peeling, not letting it go, getting the smart grab, setting up Hypnotist. You want to stay down, that's fine, but HardTekk getting the counter hit elbow and the shoulder pull, bonus damage, bonus insult to injury. HardTekk, what a great change when it looked all peeling after the first game.
Of course, Peeling tried to